What's good, you guys? This your boy TJ. Welcome back to another video of my NFL weekly picks for week 3 of the 2018-2019 NFL season. I told you about my surprise guest tonight. He is one of our YouTube prognosticators. I know some of you know him, others do not, but you will know who he is. He's also a New England Patriot fan, so give it up for the one and only Drew Warren. Drew, welcome to the show, bro.
I'm Pennywise.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to get our week 3 picks in just a moment, but we want to recap week 2. And week 2 was almost just like a carbon copy of week number 1. Unbelievable games. Totally unbelievable. Jeez, I'm telling you.
Week 2 is always my bad week.
Uh-huh. Oh, really? Well, let's hope we can fix that up in week 3. All right, we're going to start.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, we're going to start with the Thursday night football. The Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. I had the Ravens to win that game, and they didn't really show up in this game. What was your take on that game?
Cincinnati looked like they were onto something.
That's,
Joe Flacco looked like Joe Flacco.
yeah, right. And Andy Dalton, I mean, 4 touchdown passes, really? All to A.J. Green just about?
Unreal.
I said this team is going to be an unpredictable team. I'm still going to stand by because they can have some cracks in their walls
Sure.
during the rest of the season, but we'll see. All right, the next game on Sunday, we had the Panthers losing to the Falcons. I had the Falcons winning that game. Did you pick the Falcons to win this game?
I had Cam Newton and the Panthers.
Cam Newton. Oh, man. You knew the Falcons was going to win because this is a division game and the fact that they just lost to Philadelphia in week 1. And
That's why.
and not only that, they had lost a couple key players in Neal and I think one other. So the Falcons won that game, so they're both even at 1-1. The Chargers, we had all day to beat the Buffalo Bills. No more say about that. But LaShawn McCoy,
Nope.
he suffered a rib cartilage injury, so we don't know how seriously that injury is. So waits to see for that. And Chargers got a big game coming up in week 3. The Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. Who the hell think there were going to be another tie this week?
I have a real problem with that.
We all did. I'm quite sure Gio, our boy Gio, knows. He had a problem with that game too.
Hey, Jim.
Both kickers,
Oh, yeah.
the rookie kicker and Mason Crosby, both missed kicks that could have won the game for both teams. Unbelievable.
Right.
And that Daniel Carlson, he lost his job. They got Dan Bailey, formerly from the Cowboys. That should be interesting to see.
Yep.
And I hope we don't have no more ties in week 3. But that's a game that the Vikings had won. I mean, had lost, but they came back on a nice catch. Did you see that catch? Right near to the pylon, I was like between 2 defenders. That was unreal. And then Stephon Diggs with the 2-point conversion. After that, tied the game. Yeah, exactly. Especially for week 2. So Packers and Vikings ties it in another tieless game in the regular season. This is the back-to-back tie since 1971. There were 2 ties in the regular season back in 1996 as well as 2016. So who would ever thought it would be another tie? All right, the Cleveland Browns had the game won, but he missed the field goal. And the Saints went on the other end and kicked the game-winning field goal, and they won by 3. That's a game the Saints should have lost.
I'm not too sure if I trust the Saints now. Never mind Cleveland.
I mean, the Saints really didn't play their best because the Browns was playing as if they were the team that was in favor. But I ain't too sure about the Saints right now. Drew Brees, I think he's slowly coming to the end of his rope, so I just don't get it. I know they miss Mark Ingram, but Alvin Kamara, he can still do his due. And definitely don't.
Give Cleveland's defense credit though.
Yeah.
They gave out 21 points the last 2 games. So.
Exactly. And so Cleveland should be 2-0 right now, but who knows? They should. All right. I had the upset pick of the week, the Miami Dolphins to upset the New York Jets at MetLife Stadium.
Sure enough, they did.
And I told you Darnold was going to throw an interception. I told my buddy that last week. He didn't want to believe me. But, of course, Ryan Tannehill, remember the name. I had the Kansas... Yeah, right. I had the Kansas City Chiefs over the Pittsburgh Steelers, but whoever thought that was going to be a shootout? And meanwhile, Patrick Mahomes threw for 6 touchdowns. Is that correct?
He reminded me of Brett Favre out there.
Oh man! And this is
He
why.
reminded me of Brett
And
Favre.
this is why Andy Reid got him. This is why he took Alex Smith out and brought Mahomes. He knew that he was going to be a star, and he's slowly coming up to being a star. We just have to wait and see how the rest of the season progress. But the Steelers right now are 0-1-1 and right there with the cellar dwellers, Cleveland Browns. Whoever thought that? So there's a lot of stuff going on in Pittsburgh right now, even with.
You Phillies? Want to talk about your Eagles?
Now we're going to talk about that. Yes, right now. Yes, we are. My Eagles.
Say something.
Go ahead.
I had to say that, but go ahead.
Well, we'll talk about your Patriots in a moment too. But the Buccaneers, I underestimated them. Right now, they're looking sharp. Even with Ryan Fitzpatrick signal calling or Fitzmagic. We don't know how much longer this magic is going to be, but right now he's 2-0 with this team.
Or Scorpion Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah. Shout out to all the Scorpios out there. But Ryan Fitzpatrick, unpredictable quarterback. He had his setbacks here and there, but now he's feeling good with this team with the Buccaneers as a backup quarterback.
Your buddy's coming back this week. Carson Wentz.
Yep, he sure is. Carson Wentz is back. We're going to talk about that as we go on with our Week 3 picks. But the Eagles clearly were not on each side of the ball, defense and offense. Plus the Heat consumed them, and of course they lost Mike.
Nick Foles got them back.
Nick Foles but it wasn't Nick Foles' fault. It was the offensive line fault. It was the defense. They should have manhandled the Bucs like everybody else. A lot of people lost the money on it, but hey, it's neither here nor there. The Bucs are 2-0. Yeah, somewhere like that. All right, the Texans, I had to beat the Titans, but they didn't do it. The Titans got their first win for Mike Vrabel. Who would ever thought Blaine Gabbert would be in quarterback for Marcus Mariota?
Yeah, I still don't trust Blaine Gabbert, though.
Yeah, of course. I don't trust him either, but somehow with this new team, because he has the weapons to match, so I guess, hey,
He does.
have the weapons to match, things could start happening for your team.
Maybe it was San Francisco and Jacksonville, but who knows?
Yeah.
Blaine
Yeah. I picked the Redskins to beat the Colts. They didn't even show up in this game. I mean, they didn't even show up.
I picked Washington, too.
I picked Washington and the Colts after losing to the Bengals in Week 1. They just came back and beat the Redskins in Week 2. And they're in Philadelphia this week. So, who would ever thought that Frank Wright would get his first NFL win the week before he comes back to Philadelphia? So, we'll talk about that in a minute. Late games, we had the Rams all over the Cardinals. The Cardinals just look pitiful right now. This is your super team of the NFL in 2018. The Rams just looking too good right now. It's the Rams defense. It's their offense with Gurley and oh my goodness, Wood and Culp. And don't forget Jared Goff, who's playing like the Carson Wentz of last season. Rams got their work cut out because they got the Chargers later in the weekend and, the afternoon games. The Lions, I had to lose to the 49ers. Of course, the Niners were winners, but who would ever thought it would be a shootout between those two teams?
Yeah. And Matt Patricia looks like he's in trouble.
Yeah, I'm not with Matt Patricia either, and I think Lions need to straighten it out and fast.
I think we got rid of them.
All right, the Patriots, I don't know what happened with them, but I had them winning this game. But shouts to my boy. He picked the Jaguars to win, and I still see he didn't call me, so.
I did too.
Jaguars look good, and did you see the catch that Kendall Cole made? When he made that catch,
Oh, yeah.
ran out of the stadium and then came back.
As soon as he caught that, I knew it was done. I knew it was
I mean, he immediately ran out the stadium for a brief second and came back. That was cool. I thought that was a real cool little touchdown celebration. Run out and come back in. Yeah, and Jalen Ramsey was no exception to that defense. I mean, they're just totally dominating. Blake Bortles, oh man, who would ever thought he would beat Tom Brady? He really did. The Sunday night game, I had the Giants try to do something with the Cowboys, but the Cowboys answered. What happened?
I have no idea. Probably they're in Dallas for one, I would guess, but
Eli Manning is shot up. He's a mess. This whole Giants organization is a mess. I don't know what Pat Schumer is thinking about right now.
I think they need a quarterback.
It's a quarterback. I think Eli Manning, I'll be shocked if he said, this is my last season. I can't do it no more. I'm done. This is what the Giants need to do. Yeah, and who's their backup quarterback? Because I don't even know who he is.
I don't know. I don't think Eli knows.
That team is just disgruntled right now. And the NFC East has just opened up. And on Monday night, it was the Bears over the Seahawks, who I predicted to win the game. And yes, the Bears defense is going to be a force to be reckoned with, especially in the NFC South. Excuse me, NFC North, I beg your pardon.
They should have beat Green Bay last week.
They should have beat Green Bay last week, but failed. But they did beat the depleted Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson got sacked 6 times in that game. 6 times, and even got strip sacked by Khalil Mack. But they did get Lovett back in there to get a touchdown when it was needed the most, but too little, too late.
What do you think of him?
Mitch Trubisky, he's starting to come along. And did you see the play that gave him the touchdown on the little lateral to Trey Burton? I was shocked at that because, Trey Burton trying to take a little playbook from the Eagles, but in his hands this time. So so the Bears are 1-1 on the season. All right, so that is our week 2. Yeah, they are going to be a threat. Yeah, so week 2, almost like week 1 for me. I went 9-6-1 straight up. Against the spread, I went 2-2, and over under, I went 2-2. So it's all good, but I guarantee you, week 3 will be my best, and hopefully it will be your best, and anybody else who failed to really get up there this week to be their best. Here we go. Week number 3. Are you ready? Thursday night, we kick off with the 1-1 New York Jets to travel to the old 1-1 Cleveland Browns. Who are you picking?
Believe it or not, I like Cleveland in this one.
Really? Your upset pick? Why?
No, I think they're hungry for a win. They look like it the past 2 weeks. I think this is a team that can do it. This is it.
You know what?
And in the past, they almost beat the Jets a couple of times.
Yeah, exactly. You know what?
So
this is my upset pick this week too. I'm going with the Cleveland Browns in this one. They had the opportunity to beat a great team of the New Orleans Saints last week. I think this will be the week that they get their first win early in the season.
I gotta say this: put in Baker Mayfield.
If Tyrod Taylor gets hurt, put in Baker Mayfield. But we'll see what Jackson Hugh will do, because Hugh Jackson will do, because Baker Mayfield, he may be out sooner than we all think if Tyrod kind of stay up on his own 2 feet. So we both picking the Browns to win in week number 3 on Thursday night. Sunday games, we got the 0-2 Buffalo Bills traveling to face the 1-0-1 Minnesota Vikings. You already know who you're going to pick, so go ahead and say it.
Minnesota. What do you think of this one?
And
I don't trust Buffalo.
I'm picking Minnesota too, because Buffalo just looks depleted right now. We're not even sure if LaShawn McCoy is even going to play because of that rib injury he suffered in the loss to the Chargers. And you just don't know what Josh Allen's going to do with that Minnesota defense. I'll be shocked. And guess what? They are favored by 17 points.
17 points.
I don't know about that, but I'll talk about that.
No.
I'll talk about that because that is going to be my against the spread. We'll do that toward the end of the video. But we got Minnesota all day long. I think it's going to be a field day for Stephon Diggs and Thielen, and as well as maybe Dalvin Cook may get a running touchdown, a big running touchdown. So we'll see with that. We got the.
Cousins, maybe he can do something.
We got the 1-1 Indianapolis Colts traveling to my home city of Philadelphia to face the 1-1 Philadelphia Eagles. Carson Wentz is back, folks. I told you he would be in week number 3. It is official. He is going to be on the field. He'll be a little rusty, but he'll get it together. And also news on the Eagles today. Jordan Matthews. They worked out with him today. So we'll see if they decide to sign. Yeah, because the Patriots released him as well as, they released him to get Josh Gordon over there. Yeah, so, so we will see what they do. But what is your take in this game as Frank Reich comes to Philadelphia with his first NFL win against Washington? What do you think they're going to do with the Eagles?
Bold prediction. Carson Wentz going to throw for 5 touchdowns.
Woo! You heard it, folks. 5 touchdowns for Carson Wentz. I'm going with my Eagles to win this game. I'd be shocked if it'd be a blowout because the Eagles, I'm not sure how they deal with Andrew Luck. They did win against Andrew Luck the last time they faced this team. So we'll see how well the Eagles defense will.
Philadelphia's defense was that good.
Yeah.
Wasn't that good yet.
And here's my bold prediction. Andrew Luck will get sacked at least 5 times in this game. 5 times. Fletcher Cox and Derek Barnett, they're going to manhandle Andrew Luck. And Sidney Jones will get his first NFL interception either with Moncrief, not Moncrief, Ty Hilton, or one of those other wide receivers they have there. I said T.Y. Hilton. I forgot who's the other one is there with the Colts. So, yeah, we're going to the Eagles against the Colts and win the game. You know what? I've been hearing stuff about that, but let's see how Wentz does in his return back into the Eagles' nest.
Well, wait till later in the year, I think.
Yeah, the Green Bay Packers 1-0-1 traveling to Washington Foxfield to face the 1-1 Washington Redskins. These two teams play pretty well and they score high points, but with Alex Smith in there and Aaron Rodgers with that brace on his knee. You know what?
2005 NFL draft class.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to go with the Packers to win this game. I'm just not sure what Alex Smith is going to do with that defense of the Green Bay Packers. Now, speaking of Green Bay, that hit that Clay Matthews gave to Kirk Cousins, is that going to cause him to get suspended? Did you hear more about that hit that made them?
No, I didn't hear anything about it.
Okay, yeah, we got to check on that because he hit Bull so hard that they had to almost come out and clear the field or something. From what I understand, I didn't watch the game, but yeah, Clay Matthews hit. They're trying.
I didn't either, but I saw the hit though.
Yeah. So we're not sure if he's going to be in this game, but either way, I think I'm going to go to the Packers to win this game over the Redskins because I just don't trust Alex Smith and that Redskins.
Unless Aaron Rodgers gets hurt, that's a different ballgame.
So who are you picking?
That's key.
Who are you picking?
Green Bay.
All right. The next
I
game.
was debating back and forth, but I just choose Green Bay because I trust Aaron Rodgers.
Right. Next, we got the San Francisco 49ers who are 1-1 traveling to Arrowhead Stadium to face the 2-0 Kansas City Chiefs. I can stop calling them Chefs because only when they start losing I can call them Chefs. Remember, Patrick Mahomes threw for 6 touchdown passes in that win against the Steelers. Unbelievable. I think he's the first rookie quarterback to do that since who? I heard that by one of my prognosticators early this week, but either way, 6 touchdowns for rookie quarterback. Unbelievable. Who are you picking to win this game in Kansas City?
It's in Arrowhead. I'm picking Kansas City.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs. I think Mahomes is going to have a big game, and so as well as Kareem Hunt, and maybe Tyreek Hill once again. And don't forget Travis Kelce on, tight end for the Chiefs.
I'm not too sure if I can trust Jimmy Garoppolo on this one. He doesn't really get under the pressure. That's my problem.
That's true, and that Chiefs defense is one reason why that 49ers is not going to win this game. So it's Chiefs all day at Arrowhead.
I can't see it.
We got the 0-2 Oakland Raiders traveling to Miami to face the 2-0 Dolphins. Here's my question to you. Is John Gruden playing as a tanker, or he's playing to win this season? What do you think?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think he's trying to tank it. I'm seeing.
He could be playing it out. Because
I think he could, yeah.
Because the Raiders had the lead against the Broncos in that game Sunday, and the Broncos came all the way back to beat the Raiders by one measly point. Just one measly point. But I had Denver win that game anyway. Very good game. I forgot to mention about the Denver Broncos. That's the game we forgot. So, yeah. I'm not too sure about this one. But you know what? This is going to be the game that the Raiders will get their first win. This is my other upset pick. I'm going with the Raiders in this one because I don't think nobody's on that Dolphins defense is going to be able to stop Marshawn Lynch. I'm sorry. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
And I think Jimmy Nelson is going to have a field day on that Dolphins secondary. I just don't see the Dolphins being 3-0 in this one. I think this is going to be their first loss this week against the Raiders. Raiders made it close last week, not even close against the Rams. So Raiders win against the Dolphins in week number 3. Who are you picking?
The Oakland Raiders, known as the future Vegas Raiders, I should say.
Exactly.
I'm going. Believe it or not, if there's a team that they can win this week, it's this game. I'm picking Oakland.
You thinking Oakland? We're both taking Oakland, and that is that. All right, we got the Tennessee Titans 1-1 facing the 2-0 Jacksonville Jaguars, who are tops in the NFL right now, right there with this Los Angeles Rams. But this is going to be a tight game, and the Jaguars playing in their second straight home game. Who are you picking?
I gotta trust Jacksonville's defense on this. I don't really trust what Tennessee's gonna do. If Mariota was playing, this should be different.
Mariota may play, if not Blaine Gabbert, but it's not going to make a difference. I'm picking the Jaguars to win this game over the Tennessee Titans. All right, we got the 2-0 Denver Broncos traveling to, I forget that stadium, but whatever the case may be. Baltimore, not Baltimore Stadium, but I forget that. I think it's NRG, not NRG. Whatever the case may be. Baltimore Ravens 1-1. Loses to the Bengals in week 2 on Thursday Night Football. What do you think they're going to do this week with Joe Flacco?
This is insanely tough, though. I had a hard time picking this one. But I don't trust Joe Flacco because he always has a tough time with best defenses. And that's what Denver has. And I think I trust Denver's defense more. I'm going to go with Denver.
So you're going to go with Denver. Ravens play well at home, so I'm going to give it to Baltimore.
Right.
I think Joe Flacco comes out on top because it's not a division game. Division games is tough, but Denver, like I said, they got a great defense, but are they going to be able to stop John Brown? Are they going to be able to stop Michael Crabtree? This is the difference maker that the Broncos have to deal with. Fast, speedy, small John Brown. And always unpredictable Michael Crabtree.
I almost linked to Baltimore. It was like, I just linked to Denver's last second because I just trust the defense more.
Okay. Next game we got
I'm not too sure if I trust Joe Flacco.
But I'm going to pick the Ravens regardless. Next we got the 1-1 New Orleans Saints going to the 1-1 Atlanta Falcons in the NFC South division game. I don't like division games because it's always close, it's always tight. Who are you picking?
When I've seen the Saints the last 2 weeks, I'm going with Atlanta. I don't trust the Saints defense. I like Matt Ryan spitting mouth in this one.
Julio Jones has been pretty quiet. Did he get a touchdown pass last week?
I don't know.
I think he'll get a touchdown pass this week against the Saints, but I'm going with the Falcons to win this game. I'm still not tied up with Drew Brees right now because I guess when they get Mark Ingram back, then I guess they could be this team that they have. I'm not sure what. And you know what? Ted Ginn Jr. He's going back to the dirty South. Well, he played with the Carolina Panthers, but he's with the Saints. So yeah, he's going back to face their Falcons. But how is he going to do on offense against that Falcons defense? Who knows? But we're picking the Falcons to win this game after what I seen what the Saints did last week, barely winning. I think the Falcons got this game. All right, we got the Cincinnati Bengals 2-0 against the 1-1 Carolina Panthers. Another tough game because Andy Dalton, unpredictable as well with
AJ Green.
Yes. Who are you picking?
Originally I picked Cincinnati, but the last second I went to Carolina because I like their running game. They can run over Cincinnati. Carolina's going to win it.
I think Carolina's going to win this game on their home field because of Cam Newton. And don't forget Christian McCaffrey. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's starting to become that running back that Jonathan Stewart tried to be with the with the Panthers, but no could do. So, yeah, we're both taking the Panthers to win out, and the Bengals getting their first loss of 2018. Last game before we get to the late games, we got the 0-2 New York Giants against the 0-2 Houston Texans. I'm going with the Texans. Deshaun Watson is going to have a huge game. Jadeveon Clowney, who did not play last week, I think he'll be in this game this week on defense for the Texans. And J.J. Watt, he might sack Eli Manning at least 3 or 4 times. I think Eli going to get sacked 4 times in this game, and this could be a shutout for the ages for the Texans. I'll be shocked, but nonetheless, I'm going with the Texans. And who are you picking?
Really? I don't trust what the New York Giants are doing right now.
I don't trust it either.
Deshaun Watson, J.J. Watt, Jadeveon Clowney. Oof.
Too much. Big day for Deshaun Watson.
Too much for them.
Yeah, Eli, he might want to hang it up, like I said. Sorry to my boy Blue, RB Blue, but man, he don't like his chances he don't like his team's chances, and neither do we. Late games, the game of the week, by the way. The Los Angeles Chargers 1-1 against their neighbor 2-0 Los Angeles Rams. This is a big game.
The Battle of L.A.
The Battle of L.A. Phillip Rivers versus
San Diego.
3-year quarterback Jared Goff. Who are you picking?
I gotta go with my boys on Fantasy League. The Rams and Jared Goff in their defense. I gotta go with the Rams.
You know what? As much as I want to go bypassing the Rams, I can't. The defense is too much. I think Todd Gurley is going to run for 2 touchdowns on that Charger defense. Give those Rams the win. No questions asked. Phillip Rivers, you're doing great, but I don't know how great you're going to be against that defensive line.
I think he's going to get a couple of touchdowns to get some fantasy points in, but I think it's getting
Yeah, I think Melvin Gordon will get a touchdown run, maybe a touchdown pass. Who knows, but we're both picking the Rams.
I think they miss Antonio Gates really bad.
Yeah,
I think that's key momentum.
Yeah. We got the 1-1.
That's a big gap to fill.
Yeah, we got the 1-1 Dallas Cowboys going to the Northwest to face the now 0-2 Seattle Seahawks. The last time the Cowboys beat Seattle, they were in the Great Northwest. What do you think their chances are going to be this time?
They weren't. I was debating back and forth, but I think I gotta go with the 12th man in Seattle in this one. I understand it's at home. They do good at home. So I gotta take the home stand on this one.
Yes. You know what? Crazy as it sounds, crazy as it sounds, Russell Wilson getting sacked 6 times against the Bears, I can't do it. I'm going with the Cowboys in this game because Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, and don't forget they just signed Bryce Butler to the wide receiver corps just today to go along with Tavon Austin, and Seattle's defense
That's a big gap to fill.
not looking great right now because how they played against the Bears last night. So I'm going with the upset pick, and I'm gonna pick this. I'm gonna pick the Dallas Cowboys to win this game against the Seattle Seahawks. Call me crazy, but don't call me late for dinner. We got the I'm just saying. I just don't trust Russell Wilson right now. He has a depleted offensive line, and the defense, there's no more Chancellor, there's no more Sherman, but you got to look out for the other boy who caught 2 interceptions off the Bears, Mitch Trubisky last night. I forget his name. He caught 2 interceptions, 2 crazy interceptions. So that's the only guy he'd have. And don't forget, is Earl Thomas even playing in this game? Did he even play last night?
I have no idea.
So that's what I'm saying. So,
no.
Yeah.
I don't think he played last night.
Yeah, I'm going with the Cowboys in this game. All right, we got the Chicago Bears 1-1.
Jerry will love you.
I know, right?
Jerry will love you for doing that, you know. Even,
you know what?
Rivals.
To be honest with you, I'm not a Jerry Jones fan, but
Yeah,
they got
I
the
know,
Cowboys
I
to
had
win
say
this
that.
game. I'm sorry about that. We got the 1-1 Chicago Bears going to the desert to face the 0-2 Arizona Cardinals. If I'm Steve Wilkes, I better get that rookie quarterback in there this week because I'm just not sure about Sam Bradford right now. Sam Bradford, his team is 0-2. They just look pitiful right now. I'm going to go with the Bears because of Mack, Khalil Mack. He's going to run all over Sam Bradford if Wilkes decide to put him in quarterback. But regardless, the Bears are tough on defense. The Cardinals have nowhere to go with Mack and that crew. I'm picking the Bears all day. Who are you picking?
I agree with you about the Cardinals, though. They got to put Josh Rosen in there to give him a shot.
Josh
I don't think
Rosen,
they're
that's
doing
his
that.
name.
I'm going Chicago.
Yeah. And in the Sunday night
Might as well
game.
try him.
Yeah, right. And in the Sunday night game, we got the 1-1 New England Patriots, your team, against the 0-2 Detroit Lions. And Matt Patricia still looking for his first win since coming from your former team as an offensive coordinator. Josh Gordon is with the New England Patriots. Will he play this week? Does he know the playbook? What do you know?
I think he needs to go to another team. What good way to go into New England?
Wow.
We need Edelman. We need Edelman to help out Edelman for a while until he gets back for week 5 for his suspension.
So you think
that's a
this?
big gap.
So you think this is just a 1-year deal that they're giving Josh Gordon this season? Just to
But yeah, it's probably going to be a one year thing or 1 year thing or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Edelman's supposed to come back when?
Week 5.
Okay, so 2 more games before Edelman's return, so we'll see what happens. But in this game, who are you picking?
The Master still gets the apprentice. I'm picking my Patriots in this.
I'm picking the Patriots because Tom Brady, he's in the dome. He plays well in the dome. And he's going to give Matt Patricia all kinds of problems. I don't know if that Lions defense is going to be able to stop Gronk or Hogan.
Way. That's my problem.
And don't forget, if Josh Gordon plays, who knows? But I'm going Patriots.
And don't forget, the other side of it, he knows the Patriots defense really well. So
Exactly.
He's gonna take a turn on that.
Yeah. But you know what? I think the Lions are going to go 0-3. Matt Patricia, I think he's going to be our Ben McAdoo of 2018. The Lions are going to go 0-3. The Patriots are going to have a field day against Matthew Stafford and the Lions. I think right now the Lions did play close to the 49ers, but if Matt Patricia get that daggone pencil out of his hair and stuff, he might get a win. Maybe that pencil is just keeping his brain
Maybe
from
the beard is
doing the
unlucky
right
for him.
decision and getting a win and doing the right stuff. But the Patriots are going to win this game nonetheless. On Monday night, oh boy, the old 1-1 Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to Raymond Field Stadium to face the 2-0 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Before we talk about this game, what in God's name was Ryan Fitzpatrick wearing in that post-game conference? Didn't he remind you of a couple people? He reminded you of the former WWE manager of Jack Swagger father.
Oh my God. I was thinking that.
And Conor McGregor, he looked almost like Conor McGregor's father with that shirt hanging out. What in the world was he thinking? I understand Deshaun Jackson gave him that outfit to wear. But you know what? Fear the beard, but dude, do better with your clothing, man. Come on now. You look like a totally old man, even though you are a veteran. But he looked so old. He made me look old. That's why you guys don't see me on camera right now, because I'm getting old, but damn it, I'm not old.
When I saw that.
I was like, oh my world, are you kidding me? But anyway, getting back to this game. Tampa Bay looked awesome last week. I'm sorry to say. 4 touchdown passes, another 400-yard day for Ryan Fitzmagic. That magic has to end somehow, some way. But will it happen this week, next week, this upcoming week, Monday night against the Steelers? What do you think?
Oh my God. I'm not going to lie. I think Winston's job is on the line with this. And Ryan Fitzpatrick looked like a Mortal Kombat fighter in that.
Hey, if it wasn't
really
Deshaun, if it wasn't for Deshaun Jackson and O.J. Howard's 75-yard pass where the defense were just completely stymied on that Eagles defense.
I'm going to hedge my bets. But if Pittsburgh don't win this, they need to pick up Le'Veon Bell some money. They really do. Because it's becoming a problem for Pittsburgh.
What's wrong with Alan Connor? This is the guy who they got after battling cancer, and he's doing very well for the Steelers, but
I think
they're winning still.
He needs another guy to help him out.
So who are you picking?
I'm hedging my bets. I'm gonna take Pittsburgh to win.
Wow, you picking Pittsburgh to win this game?
By a hair.
By a hair.
That's a must-win for Pittsburgh.
You know what? This could be the game that they come back and get their first win. So, and all the consensus is saying Tampa Bay. And guess what?
I don't know. I can do that.
I'm going with Tampa Bay in this game. With Deshaun Jackson, don't forget Jason Pierre-Paul, who was really not a factor in that win against the Eagles, but he could be a factor with the Steelers offense. But I'll be shocked if this be a high-scoring affair.
Yeah, I would be too. I agree.
So we both split.
I would.
So we both split with this pick. He got the Steelers, and I got the Buccaneers.
I'll say this: but if the Bucs do win this, Winston's in trouble.
Well, Winston is back next week, but here's the question:
yeah, I don't think he's gonna play.
Will they? Well, you know what? I say this. I think they stick with Ryan Fitzpatrick until something happens, if he gets hurt or he's throwing too many interceptions and a blowout losing cause for the Buccaneers. Yeah. You stick with the quarterback who's doing very well, and that is Ryan Fitzpatrick. But do you see Jameis Winston coming back as a starting quarterback this season? Or even ever period with the Tampa Bucks?
If Tampa Bay wins, I don't know.
I don't know either, but I'm going with Tampa Bay to win this game, and he's got the Steelers to win this game. I want to thank my boy Andrew Warren for joining me this week. You have any final thoughts?
I'm hoping I'm right. Hope it's a good week.
Okay.
And you can check my video coming up.
Oh yeah,
here too, so.
yeah. Check out my boy Andrew Warren. His description is right there down below on our YouTube Prognosticators page. Check out his YouTube. He'll be doing his video some point in time this week, so check him out then. All right, Andrew. Thanks so much for thanks so much for being here.
I gave you a shout out of it too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Thanks again, brother.
You too. See you around.
All right now. All right, guys. Time for my 4 against the spread and 4 over-unders for Week 3. We'll kick it off between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers are 3-point favorites at home. I'm going to tell you to take the Cincinnati Bengals to take those points plus 3. Total points for that game is 43.5 points. Take it over 43.5 because Carolina can score, so can Cincinnati. Second game we're going to look at is the Denver Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are 5-point favorites at home. I'm going to tell you to take the Denver Broncos plus 5. Total points for that game is 43 points. I'm going to tell you to keep it under those 43 points. Third game we're going to look at is the New York Giants traveling to Houston to face the Texans. The Texans are 6-point favorites at home at NRG Stadium. I'm going to tell you to take the Houston Texans minus 6. The total points for that game is 41.5 points. Keep it over that 41.5 points because there ain't no telling what Deshaun Watson is going to do with that New York Giants defense. And the last game is the Oakland Raiders traveling to face the Miami Dolphins. The Raiders are 3-point dogs on the road. I'm going to tell you to take the Oakland Raiders plus 3 in this game. I'll be shocked if John Gruden just lets them just fall flat on their face and lose this game. But I'm going to go with Oakland plus 3 in this game. Total points for that game is 44 points. I'm going to tell you to keep those point totals under 44 points because you're not sure what Derek Carr is going to do. You're definitely not sure what Ryan Tannehill is going to do in those games. So those are my 4 against the spread and 4 over-unders for this week. That's it for here. Thanks you guys for watching. Once again, thanks again to my boy Andy Warren. Check out his link and his YouTube page down below the comment section. And you can also join us on our YouTube, Facebook, Prognosticators page. The link and all that is down below. Tell me what your thoughts about this video. Tell me who you think is going to be the big upset winner this week. And what's your picks. Please click like and subscribe. Thanks again for watching. This is your boy TJ. I will see you guys in my next video. Till next week. Be safe. I'll see you all later.